Are you afraid of change? And if so, why? We will be discussing this in this video. So guys, stick around if you want to hear what I have to say about change. All right, guys. Change. Are you afraid of change? And if you are afraid of change, why? A lot of times we can be stopping our happiness because of the unknown. And I truly believe that's where the fear comes in, the unknown. And fear keeps us from taking chances, excelling. But you have to remember, these are the things you're telling yourself. But you're only telling yourself one side of it. Just like things can go wrong, things can go right. I am a half a century old, well over a half a century old. And because of my age, I have decided not to waste any more time of my life babysitting fears. And the more that I let fears go, the happier I have become. Society and you. How much of your life are you allowing society to play? One of the ways that you can determine if you're letting society determine what you're going to do. Have you ever got ready in the morning and you look good to you, but you say, oh, people are going to say this, people are going to say that. When you do your hair, when you put on your clothes, when you don't ask a question because you're worried about if people are going to judge you for having a stupid question in their eyes. That's society playing a role in your life. So if you're determined to be happy, you're going to let all of that go. You may not even be aware that you are allowing this type of behavior in your life. But when you realize it's your opinion, does it take precedence on what you're going to do? Or do you incorporate the outside people, whether it's your family, your children, your spouse, your friends, your whoever? When you start incorporating what they're going to think and what they're going to say or what other people want, instead of truly being who you want to be, doing exactly what you want to do, especially if it's not hurting anyone else, then what are you doing? What are you doing? You may be stifling your own happiness. Fears. How many times were you afraid to do something? And it's because you told yourself what might happen. I'm afraid to go to school because the classes are too hard. But what if they're not hard? How much time are you going to continue to waste? Because guess what? Time is going to keep on ticking, whether you use it or not. Respect. Are you respecting yourself? Men and women in relationships. You're looking at this man or this woman to give you respect. But guess what? You're not even giving it to yourself. What's wrong with them treating you bad? You allowing it. Do you think you're treating yourself good by staying in a relationship that's not good for you? Or are you hiding behind excuses? What if the excuses that you're giving yourself to stay in a bad relationship is the same excuses your partner is giving him or herself to treat you that way? For example, what if you're in a relationship and you can't support yourself? So you're saying, I don't have any money, I don't have a job, I don't have any education, so I have to stay. But that's the same excuse your partner is using to treat you bad, to cheat on you, to hit you. Oh, she can't go nowhere. He can't go nowhere. He has no money. He has no education. He has nowhere to go. So until you start giving yourself the respect that you feel like you deserve, nothing is going to change. Why would it? Fears. Stop babysitting fears. What is fear? Fear is an emotion. Fear is a thought that you put into your head. It's not real until it comes to pass. But what if the fear that's keeping you a prisoner of something you want to do, somewhere you want to go, you hold on to that fear and it's robbing you of precious time. It's robbing you of happiness, and it may not even happen. Let's say you're afraid to go on a trip because you're afraid the plane might crash. It just may crash, but it just may not. The reason why I'm making this video, guys, is because I have lived and I am living a long life. And when all of this is over, I don't want to have a long list of regrets. The more that I stop babysitting fear and stop being afraid of change, the better things have gotten in my life. Time is going to keep ticking whether you use it the right way or not. Worries. How many times have you worried about something that you had no control over, but you constantly rehearsing the scenario of what you're going to do, what you're going to say? And when the time comes, you didn't use none of it. I'm not going to sit up here and act like it's easy to not worry. Maybe we should rename it to a great concern. But how many times have you had a great concern or you worried about something, and when the time came for it to actually happen, it didn't even go the way you thought it was going to go? See, it's up to you the way you live your life and how you go through it, and the things you tell yourself, and the negativity or the positivity that you choose to run with. I'm not going to sit up here and pretend that everything is grand and rainbows, but I'm also not going to pretend that everything has to be a grave situation or the most horrific thing you're going to experience. Sometimes experiencing things make you stronger. How many times have you experienced something and you say, I'm never going to do that again? But the only way you know that you're never going to do that again is because you experienced it. Or how many times have you experienced something horrific, but after time passed, it was a blessing that it happened? The Bible says, live each day as it comes. Don't worry about tomorrow, because tomorrow will take care of itself. Tomorrow has its own problems. So why are you worrying about it today? Emotions. Stop giving your emotions away to everybody you see. I'll give you an example. You could be having a wonderful day. You could be having a wonderful day. And all of a sudden, you get something in the mail saying you $5,000 behind on a bill that you forgot completely about. Or you get a call that someone died. Or you're driving down the street and everything is fine until someone cuts you off, or someone do something in traffic and almost hit you. Can't you see that your emotions is going up and down, up and down, up and down? Someone can say something to you, oh, you are a beautiful person, and that makes you feel like you're on top of the world. A few minutes later, someone could come by and say, oh, that person is ugly. Oh, look at them. They are terrible. And now you're feeling upset. Your emotions are too precious for you to let society or people who's incapable of taking care of them have any saying on how you're going to feel. Believe it or not, you are in charge of how you feel, how you deal with situations. Stop letting people rob you of your peace. Stop letting people rob you of your joy. Stop letting situations, no matter how dire, have control over how you're going to react. If you know someone don't like you, but you have to interface with this person every day, or however often you have to interface with this person, why would you give them power over how you're going to feel? You're being irresponsible to yourself. A lot of things that we take for granted, it's important. Everything don't have to be a big scenario for you to really see what is robbing you of your joy, what is robbing you of your peace of mind, what responsibilities you put on yourself because of your thoughts. A lot of times you'll deal with friends that ain't no good, family members who ain't no good, bosses, whatever, neighbors, children. You'll deal with different things because you're not letting these people show who they are. And you try to let them or make them live the way you would want to see them because that makes you feel better. But what about their feelings? What if they want to be messed up? What if they don't want to do right? How you know they're not comfortable being the way they are? But you so engrossed in it, it's tearing up your life because you can't see your family members on drugs. You don't know why your children is acting that way. You don't know why your boss is treating you this way. That goes back to emotions. You be in charge of your feelings, your emotions. Stop letting something so precious as far as your feelings, your emotions, stop giving them away so easily. Guys, this is just me ranting and chatting with you, coming to realizations that has absolutely changed my life for the better. I don't worry about things that's not in my control. And it's going to take time for you to sit with yourself and really think about what's making you happy, what's not making you happy, what you can control, which is only yourself. Sometimes you shock yourself. Have you ever did anything in your life and you said, I can't believe I did that? Well, if that is the case, how are you going to run somebody else's life? Because you're only trying to do that because that's going to make you feel better. Somebody else may be fine living the way they're living, doing what they're doing. It may be somebody you absolutely love. But can they change your mind to do what they're doing? No. But what if they got on you like, you should try these drugs, you should become a hoe, you should do this, you should go bankrupt, don't worry about your bills, just have fun, party. That ain't you. But if that was you, you would be in bliss. But they can't convince you to do these things if that's not you. So why are you trying to convince them to do things that's not them? You may love them, and that may be your prison. No one is saying that you can't love the people that you don't want to see living a certain way, but they may be happy doing what they're doing, and you is only hurting you because they're not doing what you want them to do. Well, guys, I'm not a psychiatrist. I am just here talking to you because a lot of things, when I stopped putting my energy outward and started putting my energy inward and really paying attention to what was stressing me, what was stealing my happiness, what would make me happy, man, I spent a lot of years wasted. And I refuse to waste any more. Well, guys, you have reached Top It Off with Miss R. I'm Miss R. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell down below so you'll know my next video is coming out. And until next time, guys, stay safe, stay blessed, love one another. Please be kind to one another. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.